clock on the wall struck 2:17 a.m. The living room was shrouded in darkness, with only the dim glow of the streetlights casting faint streaks of light across the cold wooden floor. I sat in an old armchair, my hands trembling as I flipped through the few remaining photographs of my son. Henry, my beautiful boy with bright blue eyes and a smile that always shone like the sun. But the sun no longer existed in my world. Just hours ago, I had stood before a small coffin, its lid sealed shut, in the bitter cold of winter. People quietly bowed their heads in condolence, but I couldn't hear anything beyond the sound of my own broken sobs. A suffocating emptiness enveloped me, squeezing every breath from my lungs. Henry was gone. Too soon, too suddenly, leaving behind a void in my heart that nothing could ever fill. I turned to look at the suitcase sitting by the door. It was still there, untouched, exactly as Emma had left it when she wheeled it out of the house yesterday morning. She had told me she had an important business trip to Dubai. Her voice had been as soft as ever, but there was something off in her eyes, a distance, a coldness. At the time, I had thought she was grieving in her own way, that she was simply trying to escape the pain for a while. But as I walked into the house, set my keys down on the table, and checked my phone, I received a message from a mutual friend, short, but enough to shatter my heart all over again. "I'm sorry, but I think you need to know this. Emma isn't on a business trip. She's in Dubai with another man." I held my breath. The world around me suddenly became eerily silent. A gust of night wind slipped through the window crack, making the curtains sway gently, like invisible fingers brushing against my skin. I stared at the screen, each word carving deeper into my mind. No, this couldn't be true. I shot up from my chair, my pulse racing. Desperation surged through me as I scrolled through Emma's recent messages, missed calls and conversations, now filled with gaps that were nothing but empty spaces of deceit. My hands shook as I opened her Instagram. There were no recent posts, but when I checked one of her friends' profiles, I saw it. A photo uploaded less than 2 hours ago. Dubai, a luxurious restaurant, a romantic dinner under candlelight. And right next to Emma, the wife I had trusted with all my heart, was a man I had never seen before. His hand rested on the table, his fingers lightly brushing against her wrist. A gesture far too intimate to be innocent. Hot tears streamed down my face, but not out of grief. This time it was anger, a deep, burning rage rising from the pit of my soul. I had just lost my son, and while I was struggling to keep myself together, burying the most precious part of my life, the woman I had devoted 10 years to was betraying me so brazenly? Did they have any idea what I was going through? Did they know that I had nearly collapsed beside our son's coffin? I clenched my phone tightly in my hand, my eyes bloodshot with fury. If she thought I would sit quietly and let this slide, she was gravely mistaken. This wasn't just betrayal. This was a dagger straight to my heart, the heart of a grieving father. And I would not let it end like this. The storm of emotions inside me was no longer directionless. It had become a controlled fire, a plan forming in my mind, piece by piece. Emma had left me at my weakest moment. She thought I would crumble, that I would let everything fall apart without her. But she had underestimated me. I wiped my tears away, took a deep breath, and sat down in front of my computer. My mind was blank for a moment, but then my fingers began to move. Typing messages, making calls, putting every step of my plan into motion. A plan that would make Emma regret ever turning her back on our family on the most painful day of my life. I had loved her once, but now all I wanted was for her to feel even a fraction of the pain I was enduring. I stared at the computer screen, the cold blue light illuminating my expressionless face. The words on the screen seemed to taunt me. Emma isn't on a business trip. She's in Dubai with another man. I opened her email, typing in the password I had long memorized. We had never kept secrets from each other, or at least I had believed so. But now the truth was unraveling one message at a time. From Emma Sterling to Daniel Wright ****. I can't wait for every moment in Dubai with you. Finally free from this suffocating life. After the funeral, he won't suspect a thing. Asterisk. A fresh wave of fury ignited inside me. She called our marriage suffocating? She was eagerly waiting to be with another man while I was burying our son? I scrolled further down. The messages became even clearer. Daniel Wright, a name I had never heard before. A wealthy businessman living in Dubai. They had been planning this for weeks, waiting for me to be consumed by grief so she could quietly disappear from my life. Asterisk, are you sure I can file for divorce after I return without any issues? Asterisk. Asterisk, of course, my love. My lawyer has already taken care of everything. You just need to sign the papers. He won't have any idea what's happening until it's too late. Asterisk. Clenched my jaw. Did she really think I would just sit back and let everything unfold exactly as she had planned? Not a chance. I stood up, grabbed my phone, and dialed my lawyer, Richard. I need to see you immediately. The next morning, I drove to Richard's office. When I walked in, he looked up from his desk. His eyes filled with concern as he took in my appearance. Ethan, you look like you've just been through hell, because I have Richard. And now, I'm about to take someone there with me. I placed my phone on the table and pulled up Emma's messages. Richard skimmed through them, then let out a deep sigh. Jesus Christ, have you thought about what you're going to do? I want to make sure that by the time she gets back from Dubai, she has nothing. No money, no dignity, nothing at all. Richard nodded slowly, deep in thought. We can freeze your joint bank accounts immediately. She won't be able to withdraw a single cent. I can also work with estate lawyers to amend your will. She won't get a dime from your assets if you divorce her. Good. And one more thing. I pulled out an envelope. I want to file for divorce before she even has the chance. And I want it to be a public lawsuit. Richard raised an eyebrow. You want to take this to court? Not just court. I want the whole world to know exactly how she betrayed me. I spent the following week preparing. Every detail was planned to perfection. I hired a private investigator to gather evidence of Emma and Daniel Wright's affair. I anonymously sent all the documents to the press. I reached out to our family and friends, informing them of the truth. I secured all our shared assets, keeping everything she had no right to touch. By the time Emma returned from Dubai, she would have nothing left. 3 days later, I received a message from the investigator. Asterisk, they're enjoying their trip like a newlywed couple. I have photos, videos, and even hotel receipts. Asterisk, I forwarded everything to my lawyer. Asterisk, we're going to destroy her. Legally. Asterisk. 2 weeks later, Emma returned. She walked into the house with a fake smile, as if expecting me to be oblivious. Asterisk, Ethan, I'm home. I know you're still grieving, but we need to talk. Asterisk. I didn't respond. Instead, I placed an envelope on the table. She picked it up, opened it, and her face turned pale when she saw the bold letters at the top. Divorce papers. Asterisk, W, what is this? Asterisk, she stammered. Asterisk, these are your divorce papers, Emma, and I've already sent all the evidence of your affair to my lawyer and the press. Everyone will know the truth about you. Asterisk. She took a step back, as if she had just been punched in the gut. Asterisk, Ethan, you can't do this. We can talk, work things out. Asterisk. Asterisk, work things out? You mean like how you planned to abandon me in my grief, so you could run away with your lover? Asterisk. Her eyes widened in shock. Asterisk, you know? Asterisk. I let out a cold laugh. Asterisk, no? Emma, I know everything. I know about Daniel. I know about the messages, the plans you made. I know you were trying to divorce me in a way that benefited you the most. But guess what? I beat you to it. Asterisk. She trembled, gripping her handbag tightly as if she was about to run. But it was already too late. I've frozen your accounts. You have nothing. I've changed my will. You won't get a single cent from my estate. And I've sent all the evidence of your affair to our friends, family, and the media. You've lost everything, Emma. A heavy silence hung between us. Then, she collapsed onto the chair, tears streaming down her face in sheer panic. Asterisk, Ethan, I'm sorry, asterisk, but I didn't care anymore. I walked out of the house, leaving her there, a woman who had lost everything. Betrayal is a deep wound, but revenge isn't just about anger. It's about justice. And I had no regrets for what I had done. I had lost my son, but I refused to lose myself. Emma had planned to turn me into the loser, but in the end, she was the one who had truly lost. As I stepped out of the house I once called home, I left Emma behind, drowning in her regret and despair. But I felt no pity. She had shattered our family, betrayed my love during the darkest moment of my life, and now, she had to face the consequences of her actions. As I drove away, a sense of relief washed over me. For the first time in months, I no longer felt trapped in grief and betrayal. I had lost my son, but I refused to lose myself. The next day, news of Emma's affair spread across every media outlet. Headlines exposed her. Wife abandons grieving husband at son's funeral for luxury getaway with wealthy lover in Dubai. Pictures of Emma and Daniel, enjoying their lavish vacation, flooded social media, drawing thousands of furious comments. The internet didn't hold back. People who once admired our family now turned against her without mercy. Friends, colleagues, even her own relatives couldn't believe she was capable of such cruelty. I started receiving messages from mutual friends. Ethan, I can't believe Emma did this. Are you okay? I cut ties with her. There's no way to forgive something like this. And what about Emma? She lost everything. Daniel, her lover, immediately cut off all contact the moment the media exposed the scandal. He didn't want to be associated with a woman the entire world now despised. She was fired from the prestigious company she worked for. They wanted nothing to do with her after the controversy. I heard Emma had to leave the city, running from the shame she had brought upon herself. But no matter where she went, she couldn't escape the consequences of her actions. I sat alone in my usual cafe, sipping a hot cup of coffee as I stared out the window. My life had changed forever, but I had risen from the pain. I refused to let it define me. I joined a charity organization for parents who had lost children, finding solace in helping others who were enduring the same heartbreak. I started focusing on myself, my work, and the things that truly mattered. And most importantly, I learned a valuable lesson. Never place your trust in someone who doesn't deserve it. Life throws unexpected tragedies our way, but it also offers opportunities to rise from the ashes. Emma was gone from my life, but I was still here, stronger, wiser, and more resilient. When someone betrays you at your weakest moment, they assume you'll be too broken to fight back, that you'll be trapped in sorrow. But the truth is, you always have a choice. You can stand up, take back control, and make the betrayer regret ever underestimating you. The best revenge isn't hurting them. It's living a life so good that they become irrelevant. I know my story isn't unique. Maybe you've been betrayed, abandoned, or hurt by someone you once loved. But remember this, you are stronger than you think. You can overcome this. And one day, when you look back, you'll smile knowing you won ***. Hashtag share your story. I've shared mine, now it's your turn. Have you ever been betrayed? How did you overcome it? Leave a comment below. I want to hear your story. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more real-life stories of resilience and redemption. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.